Hello, chat. I forgot to set up my model, so just give me a sec. Hello, everyone. I just decided to go live, 3 minutes ago, so. We're getting set up on the job today. How is everyone? Is everyone okay? I know it's a tough day to be a VTuber fan, huh? We'll talk about that. Once I get my digital form. Headache, pain, indeed. Oh man. We'll talk about it. Let's see, am I? Yes, I'm getting tracked. And I got my glasses on. Let's go on over. Of course, the moment I go over, my iPad goes to sleep, so now I gotta restart the iPad stream really quick. Don't mind me. So yeah. For those of you who don't know, unfortunately, Gura decided to announce her graduation. She's gonna be gone May 1st. And I have some thoughts. I mean, of course I do. I've been a Day One Myth fan, so it's sad. It's definitely the end of an era. And I hope you guys don't consider me insensitive when I say this, but I think it's for the better. Especially if she doesn't, you know, it's pressure off her shoulders finally. Gura has been streaming with Hololive for 5 years, but she's not necessarily like a regular streamer for Hololive either. She is the mascot of Hololive in general, which came with a lot of extra responsibilities. And I would say those extra responsibilities kept her from streaming a lot of the time. The pressure kept her from streaming a lot of the time. But also, she was kind of expected to not be a human. She was expected to be a mascot. And I would say there was a lot of, I wouldn't necessarily call them her fans, but there was a lot of people who might have once enjoyed her content who pressured her immensely to continue when she literally couldn't. So I would say that's kind of where everything went wrong. Was she had more responsibilities than everyone else, which was not sustainable. And at the same time, she had a lot of pressure to earn her memberships, earn her revenue, by giving her fans more of her. Constantly. All I would hear from some corners of the VTuber internet is like, oh, when's Gura gonna stream next? Oh, she's live. We'll see her again in 2 months. You know, that kind of stuff. Gura is a person, and by saying that stuff, you don't make her feel good, you know? You as in, I know no one in my audience would do that, but talking to the people who gave her a lot of pressure. But also, like, I would say that Gura grew way too quickly than what she was comfortable with. And with all that growth came the weight of Hololive on her shoulders. Like, quite literally, she was carrying the entire company. And I don't think even Hololive knew what to do with her sudden growth. Hololive themselves were like, we've never been in this situation. Because before then, they had healthy viewership, but nothing like viral, nothing like Taco Bell commercial. If you guys didn't know, Gura starred in a Taco Bell commercial. But yeah, I would say the pressure to be in Gura's shoes would be way, way too much for anyone. Not just like, oh, she's weak, she couldn't handle the pressure. No one could handle that amount of pressure. It's crazy. It's crazy what she went through. Just, like, trying to go live every single time she tried to go live. If you, like, looked at her chats, if you looked at, like, the chat messages she would receive every time she went live after a certain point, everyone was so rude. She, of course, had, like, normal fans like everyone else, but still not, like... That doesn't, make the hate messages more okay, you know? Or it also doesn't make them more tolerable, you know? So I feel really bad for Gura, because she's super talented. She's, like, one of those people who can just open their mouth and get a whole room of people laughing. The negativity stands out more, yes. Can't imagine, I can barely handle the pressure of this headache. I'm so sorry. Let's try that again. Because I didn't say it, I went right into Gura. I am currently coloring the design for Hoshizora Hime, which is my fake VTuber for my VTuber visual novel. I mean, she's real in the sense of the video game world, but this is not a VTuber you can watch, like, outside of my video game. So, that's what I mean. But yeah. The reason I wanted to talk about it, I'm not a news tuber or anything. The reason I wanted to talk about it is because we were only, I think it was 2 weeks ago, when we talked about how the pace in which Hololive moves is not sustainable, and it's just, it's not healthy. We really saw that. I mean, I heard it in Gura's voice that she would love to do this if it were more sustainable, but it's not. It's not sustainable. I could hear the pain in her voice that she's like, I really appreciate everyone, I really appreciate this opportunity, but I just can't do it. And the fact that, you know, the pressure would literally, as she said, keep her from eating. Like, she had serious issues, and she was expected to continually keep going. It's really sad to hear. I really hope that Hololive can turn around as a company. And that's something I didn't necessarily know I would be saying. That's not something Like, if you told me that in 2021, then I would be like, yeah, no, Hololive needs to change. I would be like, what? But that's still when I was fully invested in the Disney magic of Hololive. Now I recognize that they're an entertainment company, and I understand how entertainment companies work because I've worked for them. And I know that they're not immune to the cons of an entertainment company. Is this all about the frequent trips to Japan? I haven't caught up with the stuff. I would say the frequent trips to Japan don't help. Being away from family doesn't help. But this is a more like a STEM issue. You know what? I'm sure that Hololive tried to negotiate with her, like, oh, well, what if we do this for you? What if we do that for you? There's no way that there wasn't negotiations. Like, you don't have to come to Japan, you don't have to participate in HoloFest next year, like that kind of stuff. And she still said no, which tells me it's just not sustainable. It's not something that she can continue doing, even with negotiations. And I honestly feel like the amount of pressure alone she was under just because she's the mascot, not necessarily that Hololive bungled their management. I hope they didn't bungle their management. But like, even for 1 second, let's propose that Hololive is like this perfect company. They're not, but let's just pretend for a second. Even then, like, how do I put this? Even then, just the fact that Gura grew super exponentially fast and the internet was not kind to her, that enough could have been enough to graduate. Not everyone does well in those circumstances where they blow up suddenly. In fact, blowing up suddenly would be my biggest fear. I would actually, if I had two pills in front of me like the Matrix, and the red pill is lose all your followers and be doomed to stream to an empty hall, or grow 1 million subscribers. How fast did Gura hit 1 million? I'm gonna look it up really quick. I need to know this. And thank you for the follow, by the way. How fast did Gura reach 1 million? 40 days after her debut! So, if you gave me 2 pills, red pill, lose all your followers, and like doom yourself to stream to an empty chat room, or get 1 million subscribers in 40 days is the blue pill, I would take the red pill. I'm serious. It's not that I'm like anti-growth. I'm a pro-slow growth. I'm always happy when like new people are following me, when, you know, our community is growing. I'm happy when it's at a small scale. Just a month and a week, let's call it. Month and a week, 1 million subs. And they weren't necessarily all the kindest people. I don't know how to put this, but I would just say outright that Gura attracted a lot of young people in her fan base. I mean, like, I would say my guess is she has one of the youngest fan bases in Hololive. Nothing wrong with that. I also, I think I have a younger audience in general than my peers as well. And then that's not it's not a bad thing, but I would say when you have like a less mature audience overall, you're gonna have more people who don't understand internet manners and more people who are trolls and unkind and willing to do inappropriate things for attention. Maybe Gigi or Bibu is close to her fan base. Yeah, I would say it's the gremlin type of VTuber, the really clippable kinds. The clip it and repost on TikTok kind of VTuber. That ends up in these situations the most. But I would still say, like, I've never seen a creator in general kind of, like, deal with the amount of trolls and hard situations that Gura had to endure. Honestly. I was constantly feeling bad and frustrated for her. Throughout her time with Hololive. So this isn't like me saying, oh, Holo management changed and now everything's terrible. I'm not even gonna like touch that argument today because yes, there is like rumors that because they are a publicly traded company now, a lot of people are going to leave Hololive, and we're kind of seeing that right now. But that's less of the point now. Because that's all speculation. I'm not in Hololive, so I don't know what's going on. But what I do know is going on, what has been clear to me since her debut, is how much awful stuff she just is expected to take. Like, she's kind of the poster child of I've seen a lot of like internet scum poster childing Gargura, and that makes me sad because I don't think, you know, I know that Gura is a bit of a jokester herself. That's putting it lightly. But there's a time and place for certain jokes, and there's a lot of times where the jokes went too far and also didn't respect Gura as a human. Oh, thank you again for the follow. Children haven't learned to exist properly yet. Far too naive and short-sighted in general. Yeah, and they make the worst jokes. Man, I remember how many offensive jokes were slung my way in, you know, middle school. And then I went back to student teach orchestra at the middle school level again, like when I was an adult. And they were equally as savage to me. So I understand it's not just like a peer-to-peer thing. They're savage to adults in the same way. And I think there was like so many stupid controversies with Gura too. Things she's out of control of. I think people who don't have a VTuber management background, a lot of the times they think everything the talent does is up to the talent. It's like getting mad at Kobe Bryant that he took a McDonald's commercial deal, but McDonald's isn't healthy. Like, a lot of the things that Gura would get in controversy for are things that Gura herself could not control. One of the biggest problems on the internet for VTubers especially is that disconnect people have due to an avatar hiding the real person behind it, and they feel like they can just be cruel to it. The thing is... So, before Gura's graduation, her past life, Senzawa, tweeted a little fish. Just a blue little fish. And it got the whole internet panicking. But in the panic, because I checked Twitter, I clicked on the Twitter post that was sent to me via Discord, and then, for some reason my bat brain got the bright idea to look at the quote retweets on that. All I can say, because I'm not going to, like, spread that toxicity again, but all I can say is I could tell 4chan was down because the retweets on that, they were 4chan. Like, the most detestable things you could say to women. They had Gura's real-life picture, like, alleged real-life picture. It might not even be her, but, like, there were so many people, quote, tweeting it with her real photo, like, and being like, good luck getting money in life with this face and stuff like that. And it's just, like, horrible. Horrible stuff that honestly only Gura and Callie would get that kind of treatment. And why? Just for fun. Just for entertainment. I really wish that... I know it's not completely Cover's responsibility, but I would love it if Cover would maybe kick those people out of their community a little better. I don't know how they would implement that, but would be good for them to be able to say, like, hey, all this behavior, not acceptable. Yeah, Kiara got it rough. Kiara has had it rough, too. Honestly, I think Myth just has it rough. But especially Gura, just because of the sheer amount of chumbuds there are. And it's a really intense fan base. I would even compare it to, like, Vox Akuma in level of intensity of fan base. If my fan base was that intense, I would quit. I'm really glad the Bat Bunch can be super chill. Because I need a chill fan base that doesn't give me pressure. Also, I'm sorry I'm whipping the screen around a lot. I'm not trying to make this look super, like... Although I am coloring, it's just something to do while I'm talking, so... But yeah, I think Gura leaving is a good thing. And that might make people upset for me to say, but I'm so glad that she can finally do that for herself. She's needed it for a long time, and I could tell. I could tell that she really needed it. And I think she wasn't allowing herself to leave for the longest time because she didn't want to let anyone down. But she needed to take care of herself. And I had a feeling that she was done for a long time already. 'Cause like... Yeah, I don't know, I would get so tired if I'm dealing with the worst of the internet every time I stream. Then I have to go back to my real life. Then I have to deal with all the corporate and management stuff on top of that. Then I have to prepare for HoloFest. Like, she would get sick after every convention, every concert. I noticed that, like, for a while, and I'm not even, like, I'm not a Gargura member. I just, like, lightly, casually keep the pulse on what's going on with Hololive. And I still remember every single time after festivals, after cons, after appearances, she would just get sick. Probably been considered since her first big break, yeah. I mean, I think she needed, yeah, she needed to be real with herself and be like, okay, this isn't getting better. It may have been sickness by the stress. Stress is no joke, right? That's what I'm saying, like, she's needed this for a long time, and I think she just didn't want to let her fans down, you know? Sorry if you're like a huge Gargura fan and I'm talking a little blunt and a little cold about this, but you know, I've seen some of the behind the scenes and how stressful these jobs can be, and I think everyone doesn't, many people don't quite understand what about it is stressful, especially because they themselves have really stressful jobs, and they believe, oh, well, you know, how hard can playing Minecraft on stream be? And I don't know exactly how to convey to those people that playing the Minecraft game is only 10% of your job. Like, literally, I would say for a regular agency VTuber, playing the actual game is 10% of your job. Being on stream is like the 10% of your job. So, it's the other 90% that makes it stressful. Thank you, Cyber, for subscribing yet again. I really appreciate it. Okay. We're gonna merge that down. Now let's fix this jacket. I guess it's on par with being a celebrity. Lots of trolls and hate comments there as well. I don't know how they deal with that, though. I think being a celebrity kind of messes everyone up mentally. I haven't seen a celebrity that doesn't get a little weird and messed up. Have you? Is it just me, or... I think all celebrities get messed up. Gura was who got me into VTubers as a whole, so this one hits close to home, but still I respect this is for Gura's well-being, even if I'm still sad about it. You can be sad about it. I was so sad when Sana left. I was so sad. I literally couldn't think about Sana without crying. She was such an inspiration for me. And she kept... Well, that sounds parasocial. But her streams did keep me company during the hardest job of my life. So I totally get it. I too have been attached and went through a really hard graduation. I I understand how you feel, like 100%. Because it's really hard, yeah. Probably hard to name a celebrity without some kind of addiction, yeah. I think being a celebrity messes you up, but usually, like, celebrities, their rise to fame takes a bit. Gura was like a month. A month. Imagine 1 month, no one knows who you are. The next month, 1 million people know about you and worship your every word. Clip your every word. Read way too much into every little thing you say. That would... Minto fan here, it hurt. Pamu's graduation was also very, very touching to me. I did cry a little bit at Pamu's. Because she's such a beacon of positivity. It's just sad. But I could tell that then and there she was done as well, so... It's just how it is, like... I know everyone says, like, oh, fame ruins a person, blah blah blah. But I don't think I truly understood how or why until I started working in entertainment. And now I'm like, yeah, this is just a mentally messed up career path for so many people. But like, I would say, oh, it's not for everyone, but it is for like the 1%. Kind of a way that I could like equate it is like, not everyone can become a doctor, right? Not everyone can be a... Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna say not everyone can become a nurse. That's even more, physically demanding and medically demanding, in my opinion, is the nurses. I think they have the harder jobs than the doctors a lot of the time. Take me, for instance. I'm squeamish. I can't even think of blood without getting lightheaded. That's how squeamish I am. I'm so glad I wasn't born a vampire bat, right? Anyways. Just... Obviously... It means that, like, not everyone can be a doctor, especially those who are squeamish. Not everyone can be a famous entertainer, because, like a nursing job, it's fulfilling, but it's mentally taxing. I can't even imagine, like, being a nurse, getting screamed at by all your patients, having to, like, be okay with, like, hurting people for their own good. I couldn't do that, right? There's just some jobs out there that are just so hard, and not a lot of people can handle them. Like, not everyone was made to be able to handle exploding in fame in 1 month and how that changes your life. It's kind of like winning the lottery in that sense. Cousins are nurses, and I've heard so many stories. Just passing, have a nice day. Thank you. There's some people, yeah, everyone's built for something different. I appreciated some, well, spoiler alert, I don't consider talking about past lives taboo anymore. So, I'm just gonna talk about Senzawa's, or I mean, Gura's alter ego Senzawa. And I think Senzawa, I haven't watched a ton of Senzawa, by the way. I really just know her from the Spooky Ookie Pumpkin song from my Tumblr days. But my guess is she does better when she can decide when to create, right? And she doesn't have the weight of the world on her shoulders to make it everyone's favorite. Because you've got so many different people inputting their opinions and everything. My guess is that she just doesn't work as well in that environment. She tried it. She did a great job with what she could. And now it's time to go back to creating on her own terms. You know? Aw, Myth or Treat, yeah. I think she'll always have good memories of being Gura, but I think it's good that she's taking care of herself. Because she did not sound like she's been taking care of herself. And I'm also glad that it's a short and sweet 2-week period. So that she can start resting sooner than later. So if I had one thing, I don't even have like an audience to influence necessarily. I don't have an influential level of audience, but if I could ask one thing of my audience, I would say do not pressure Senzawa into making content. Don't be like, don't follow her Twitter account and say, oh, I can't wait. You know, you're so back. That kind of stuff. I know it means well. I know you mean well. You can follow her and say like, oh, you know, I like your stuff, that kind of stuff. But like, please don't like go over to Senzawa and be like, and now we wait. That kind of stuff. That stuff is the opposite of helpful to Gura right now. Do pray Gura will take time for herself if she decides to stream again. And if she decides to stream again, that she can find joy in streaming, not again with... Sorry. My brain, let's try that again. I do pray Gura will take time for herself, and if she decides to stream again, that she can find joy in streaming again without all the stress. It should be her decision whether to return or not. Exactly. Exactly, Sparking. Yeah. I want Senzawa to chill. I don't want people to be like going to Mimi and all the other ex-Hololive talents and being like, so Senzawa collab went? Senzawa collab went? You know, that kind of stuff. It's my pet peeve. Honestly, I thought some VTubers would take at least a year after graduating to come back. It's the fear of losing their audience. If you are audience-minded, if you... Not only of, like... It's not just that they're afraid of losing their audience, they're afraid of leaving their audience without content after people have been... Masses have been guilt-tripping Gura into streaming. Imagine if hundreds of people are trying to guilt-trip you back into doing something. Do you think that's going to influence your actions a little bit? I've managed so many VTubers that they have not just managed, but I've talked to so many VTubers that, well, I also used to be one. So let me just say, so many VTubers, including myself, We have all felt influenced by the guilt tripping to the point where we start to feel guilty when we're not live. When we're not constantly creating. We feel guilty as if our fans need us to upload. Like, it feels like a pressing need. It's pressure. And you feel like you're doing something wrong by resting. Don't really respect the don't mention other streamers / VTubers rule? Yeah. The one exception is, like, people like me when I'm chatting about VTubers, you can bring up other VTubers. Because seriously, like, that's normal. Okay. Yes, YouTube, I'm still watching. Thank you for asking. Okay. Okay, so now I need to fix this zipper. I don't know. I feel like there's like this variety of VTuber brain rot that is not brain rot, sorry, brain worms. I'm not using the slang right. Cause like there's the feeling of constantly wanting to meet your fans' expectations that starts to change you into a different person. And it's not any like trying to convince a VTuber in particular you don't owe your fans anything is so hard, because Hololive itself has created a precedent for a culture where they talk about owing their fans their lives and all this stuff. And it's part of it's ingrained in the start of VTuber culture that you owe your fans everything. And that might have to do with, like, its East Asian origins. I'm not smart enough or a historian enough to be able to tell you that. I would say, like, probably has something to do with it, but I really feel like the end result is VTubers having an unhealthy obsession. It's like a parasocial relationship on the other side. They feel responsible for their chat's happiness on a level that's not healthy. Hello, Yam and Bat Bunch. Hello, Golden Pincers. Yep, if we're aren't working, feels like we're failing people who believe in us. It's a special zone of limbo, right? I know this feeling, for I have some that devote themselves to me, and it's a sad feeling when you have more than a handful who enjoy your work and wish to see more and beg being, yeah. Being needy ones, which can be cute, but it can drive you to your limits if it's not. I would say when you're a small streamer, the chat neediness can be endearing, like, oh my gosh, people like my content, they're begging for more. That can start to feel like good at first, because oh my gosh, people actually like my content. But as you get bigger, and man, Gura had an immediate 1 million. As your audience starts to grow, it starts getting worse and worse. Like, it's not gonna be sustainable to please everyone. So honestly, I only saw Gura fans being mad at Gura more than I've saw them being happy with Gura. And part of that is because I'm mostly exposed to Gura through Twitter and not YouTube, because although I tuned into her sometimes, it's not like I was a diehard chumbud. But I saw, just from what I saw on the internet, I saw people being more upset with Gura than happy with her. And I think when fans learn that they can demand and get their way, they get louder and worse. And I feel like Hololive needs to nip that culture in the bud. I think they need to stop saying, like, oh, it's all thanks to you, I'm here. I know sounds good, but it starts building entitlement in their fan base. Gura's explosive growth and label the biggest VTuber for sure weighed on her. Already stress linked to the job, but her position must have been way even more stressful. Yeah, we said that. Not only did she grow fast, but she was considered the VTuber. And I don't think she was a person who... Oh, thank you for the gift sub. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, to the Zokenman, my fellow violist. I appreciate it. Like, for Gura in particular, it was bad enough that she had to disable pre-chat forever. Other Hololive members don't resort to that. It's crazy that to put Gura's rapid growth into perspective when some content creators still had reached years to even reach 10k, yeah. Man, to put it into perspective, if you go back and watch my debut, I honestly feel like, if I reached 1 million, like, I used to be like, oh, I want to blow up, I want to join Hololive. If I joined Hololive then and there, with that version of myself, and then had to keep it up for honestly entitled fans, I would have quit way before Gura, because I've changed so much as a person that trying to keep up, like, what I had going would have been awful. I wasn't much of a Gura fan, but I saw people getting parasocial with her so often it made me uncomfortable. I can't imagine how it felt for her. Yeah. And honestly, I'm gonna say it. I think part of the reason Gura got so popular is because she's an unlikely personality to blow up in popularity, honestly. She is. I would call her an unlikely personality to blow up in popularity. She's actually quite introverted. So, like, how do I put this? My brain is not working today, which makes it really funny that I decided to do a just chatting stream, but, I think because she was such an unlikely type to go viral, it also meant that she couldn't handle virality. Sometimes when people go viral, it's because they love attention, you know? And they know how to ham up the attention and get a rise out of the audience and stuff. And, like, that's healthy because, like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's healthy, but it's healthier because then at least you know that, like, the streamer and the audience both like the spotlight that the VTuber has, the celebrity has. But in the case of Gura, an introvert who, you know, gets popular, I don't necessarily know if she enjoyed being in the spotlight. I can't speak for her, but it sure seemed like she is more of a quiet, not like quiet, but like, I think she would thrive better with the smaller audience, just the small audience experience, the small and respectful audience experience. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm reading Gura wrong. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to handle having a viral blow up. It's a lot and it's hard to break out. Like, some people, all they want to do is go viral and they know exactly how to capitalize on it the moment they go viral. For me, going viral would be my worst nightmare. So. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to let you know, along with other VTubers, that you were like with other VTubers like you, were a big inspiration for me to take the leap and become a VTuber myself. I'm so happy to hear that. I hope you're enjoying being a VTuber. Because I mean, the biggest thing I want to people to get out of VTubing is enjoyment. I think it's a fun hobby. I like my virtual puppet. I like my Vuppet. Like Muppets, but with a V. Few people can handle that level of popularity, especially for an extended period of time. Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I'm rubbing my eye, so if my Vuppet is, not reacting. Hey, is the chat supposed to be in sub only? Heck no! What the heck? Wait, the chat's in sub only? How do I change it? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. People, you can chat. You can chat. I'm so sorry. I accidentally clicked that when I changed the... Oh no! I'm afraid! No! Oh, no! It's been like that for a while! What the heck? Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking sorry. I'm so freaking sorry! Oh no! I pinged Cyber like 300 ways about it! That's yam scuff. I'm not being elitist. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The amount of comments I got flooded on Twitch the moment I turned that off. Oh, I'm in such a... bat brain. I know. No, yeah, elitist arc. Wanna be out without some scuff. I'm trying so hard to not be scuffed. That's the sad thing. I was wondering why I was so quiet. I was just like, you know, Wednesday afternoon. It's Wednesday, right? Oh. Oh my gosh, Bad Bunch. What am I doing? Okay, let's keep going. The mic is peaking. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're doing well. We're doing well. I had to turn off subscriber only mode on Twitch. That's what's going on. It is Wednesday, my bats. Yes. I usually don't stream on Wednesday, but I needed some motivation to get to this, because I'm at my least favorite part, which is refining. Did the big announcement already happen? What big announcement? That I'm making a game? Or are you talking about Gura? We did talk about Gura already. Let's see. It's sub-only Wednesday. No, I don't want to do sub-only. I'm so embarrassed that happened. Oh, is there an... I didn't change my Twitch going live notification either. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? It's still big. It's still... I need... Guys, I just went back to VTuber management. Imagine if my clients, the VTubers that I manage, watch my streams. Imagine they're like, yes, I am paying this lady money to, to guide my stream. Yes, I pay this lady my hard-earned money to teach me how to manage my own stream. Meanwhile, this is how she streams. Yep. This is why I have so much imposter syndrome when it comes to being a VTuber manager, because I am not good at how you say being a VTuber. It's awful. I know some people find the scuff endearing. I'm very thankful that I'm an independent VTuber and I don't have that extra pressure of bringing the Nintendo seal of quality to my content. Maybe you need to get your own manager. I know this one great one named DM. I thought you said your tech was kerfuffled by the earthquake, right, Yam? No, I didn't. Well, I did have an embarrassing moment on a, like, stream. Not a stream. Oh my gosh. I need to take a nap. Oh, thank you, Farron. I had a really embarrassing moment where the earthquake alert in California made me have to excuse myself during a meeting. Yeah. Yeah, it's... Alright, we're gonna finish this flat color and then I'm gonna take a nap, because seriously. Seen enough streams to know that working through scuff is annoying, time-consuming, and sometimes unpredictable. Yeah? I just... At this point, I don't have the care. I don't care enough to, I don't care enough about my own quality of stream to try and fix everything. I'll do my best, but if it takes more than 3 seconds, usually I don't. 'Cause, like, here's the thing, I enjoy streaming, it's a great hobby. But I don't feel more fulfilled when I make my stream polished. I don't. In fact, I just get more anxiety. So, best thing for me is to just, like, be like, okay, that happened, and move on. Because for some reason people still watch. That's why I got the mods. Yeah, thank you, Cyber. Thank you again. Oh my gosh, why? How long was that on? Yeah, F it, we do it live is definitely my mentality at this point. Few minutes short of an hour, oh my gosh. It was just because I like wanted to update the category and I misclicked apparently and put it into sub-only mode. My goodness. Perfectionism is hard, especially with something like streaming where everything can go wrong. Yeah, honestly, when I try harder, the streams actually end up worse. I'm serious. When I try harder, something happens where it just ends up worse. Yay! She's coming along. Does this look like every VTuber you've ever seen? I hope so. I'm trying to like... I can only think of a gross analogy, so I'm sorry if you're like... If you're grossed out easily, just cover your ears for 10 seconds. It's like I chewed up every VTuber I ever saw. And, you know, spit them out into this amalgamation. That's like what I'm going with. This isn't a com for an OC, this is actually the protagonist of my video game. I'm making a VTuber video game, if you don't know. The announcement is on my YouTube channel, but I'll show you the other gals really quick. There you go. Here's our lineup. I think that's all the layers. Yeah. Yeah, so this is gonna be a generation of VTubers from my visual novel, Project VTuber Agency. You're doing this all in Procreate? My goodness! Yep. Love those designs. Isn't Protag-kun the protag? Yes. But, sorry, I meant Hime, the middle girl, is the mascot. She's the mascot of this agency, the agency called V Happy. Yeah. With the limited layers. You see the VTuber model I have in front of you? I made this in Procreate. I made this in Procreate. I didn't rig it in Procreate, obviously, but I drew this in Procreate with all the toggles and everything. Yeah. So, yeah. So what I do, basically, is, I merge all the layers together and then I cut it. Do you plan for your game to be full text, or were you thinking of having voice actors for it? I have voice actors already. They don't have lines yet because I haven't written the game. But I actually designed these girls with the voice actors in mind. So, yes. This one here is Chrysanthemato, or just Chris for short. She is our, like, ASM artist. She writes narratives, and she generally sticks to just chatting stuff. She can game, but that's not her forte. Here we have, how did I forget her last name? Hoshizora Hime. Starry Sky Princess, Hoshizora Hime. Who is a unicorn idol. I don't know exactly what to call her because she also has wings, but, you know. Ignore that she's got invisible shoes right now. She is the idol. She releases her own original music and does karaoke streams. Alicorn, yeah, Alicorn. And then we've got Posy Pocket, who is our esports gremlin. So yeah. That is Pegasus Idol, yeah. Pegasus, Alicorn, Unicorn, you can call her any. She doesn't care about her own lore. You want to learn more? Sign up for the newsletter or join the Project VTuber Agency Discord for all the cool things. Thank you, Paradox, for helping me. Let me just go grab those links for you guys really quick. I'll be back on the stream in a sec. Here you go. Here's all the links to the thing. Here's all the links if you want to check out this project. I'm really bad at advertising. That's another reason why it's good that I'm not a streamer. Full-time streamer, that is, like, this isn't my income. That's what I mean. But yes, I do this all in, Procreate. Because I don't have a tablet for my computer. That's Posy, and let's get... There we go. Think that would make for a good Twitch command. Yeah, I need a bug lasso for that. Did you guys know that my IT man and friend Lasso just recently had his 2.0 debut? Should check it out. Yeah. I'm gonna try and get the newsletter out on the 21st, but I feel like I'm working a little slow for that, and I also have a job now. I have 2 jobs now. I mean, both part-time jobs, so don't worry, I'm not overworking myself. So I might have to postpone the newsletter just because the game is... Luckily, the game is now my fun hobby because I found work elsewhere, which is good. I always like it when, you know, my passion projects aren't something I'm super pressured to get money on. I am going to release this for money. I am toying with this game being $5, but I want a free demo so everyone can try it before they buy. The game plan is I'm trying to get these designs in a state where I can show EG. Oh, what's their name? Gonna check them out. Lasso Catsidy. On Twitch. I can shout out Lasso. Yeah, there you go. Did that work? No. That's cool. I'm so good with tech! That punch, it's unreal. Okay, so let's... We're gonna finish this though. We're gonna finish this really quick. We have the flat color of Hime. So the goal for this is I'm making a cleaned up rough draft. This is a cleaned up rough draft. Because my good friend EG, Squeegee 3D, some people are familiar. I would like to present these to EG and get their critique on this these designs, to make sure that they're the best they can be. Yeah, Squeegee 3D. EG has looked at many VTuber designs, and it would be really nice to just get a second opinion from them. So. You and her are inspos for character design and branding. That's awesome. Yeah. I really like being with her. We might not have time. Both of us are so busy in the next few months that we might not have time to stream that critique, but it would just be nice for EG to assist me with this project. EG's critiques would be good to have, yes. Okay, so now the Constellation Sock. The way the Constellation Sock is supposed to be... Let's bring it up. It's supposed to be a gradient, and then the stars are supposed to be white. So let's... Fair, about to head into show week and finals myself and pass away. My boyfriend has his last final today. That's part of the reason why I'm streaming, honestly, is because it's hard for me to wait. This sounds so pathetic, but it's hard for me to wait for him to be done with his finals. Like, because it's so close. It's so close, I just keep checking the clock. Like, are you done? Are you done? Are you done? Because I really want to take him... I want to take him somewhere nice, so... What kind of art do you like making of VTubers slash games? Sorry for asking 2 times. No worries! If I miss your chat message, go ahead and reiterate it. I really don't mind that behavior. Like, seriously. I know some people are like, well, part of it is because I'm a small streamer, I can afford this, but, like, if I miss your message, just tell me. Or just repost it, because I'm bad at keeping up with chat. And, it doesn't bother me to, see repeat messages. No, that's so real. My friends that have finals and I'm languishing. Yeah, I want him to be out so that we can spend time together. We've got so many games to play. We've started way too many games together, that's the problem. And then I just bought him a bunch of other multiplayer games to motivate him to finish his finals. And I wanna see him, man. It's been a few days. He's been so busy. He's in his master's program, so, like, really, really intense stuff. And... yeah. Yeah, people discourage it because people spam. Yeah, like I said, I have the small streamer privilege of being able to handle that. If people, like... I can assume that the majority of my chat has common sense. That's the nice thing about being a small streamer. But yeah, the ever-growing backlog, indeed. Okay, what color should these be? Maybe this light blue up here. I need to use this light blue more. Oh, I'm still doing gradients. Oopsies. Okay. Oops. What was I talking about, Bat Bunch? Does anyone remember what I was talking about? Oh, what is wrong with me today? My boyfriend, yeah! Yeah. Part of the reason why I decided to stream today is just I'm having a hard time anticipating his finally being done. Ever-growing backlog, yeah. Leo doing his finals, baby, yeah. My visual novel as well. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I have such a chill audience that doesn't mind when things get really... Man. Do I like the Dark Soul? No, I don't. Okay. Ah, hard case of bat brain. Yeah, forgetting her boyfriend for a minute. No one tell Leo. No one tell Leo that I forgot I was talking about him. Him and I are going to be playing something soon again. Hopefully. I'd like to check out, since I'm making him check out Ace Attorney, I'd like to check out some of the games he really likes. We still need to play DMC together, and then we also want to play Slay the Spire together, so... It's gonna be fun. Could you say that you waiting on your BF is the final countdown? Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. I really just... I don't know, I haven't been sleeping. I've been really excited. Mostly for my new job. I thought I wanted to hard pivot out of the VTuber, sphere. At least for, like, work. But, recently I got a job. It's contract work, so it's not, like, forever, but I recently got a gig, if you will, with one of my top VTuber VTuber people of all time. VTuber adjacent people of all time. So I've kind of like, all I've wanted to do is work on that. So, yeah. Not only do I have a job, which makes me very happy, but it's also with, man, someone that has really, really done some amazing things for the VTuber community and is super talented. So I'm very excited for that project. And then you remember the thrill of being in the VTuber things. Yeah, that's the... See, I don't want to manage for agencies. That's what I've learned. I don't want to manage for agencies. I wouldn't even say that, like, talent management is where I belong. I just happened to get back into talent management recently, and that's going good. I like managing indies. I really do. And then I also have that contract, so finally this bat has some income. This bat will be able to feed herself and her dogs. It's temporary income, but temporary income is better than no income, and I really hope it leads to more things in the future. Okay. So yeah, that's where I want to leave Hime for today. Consulting is always fun if you work for people who actually want the help and act on it. Consulting has been a mixed bag for me. Sometimes I feel like consulting people, or people pay for consultations just so that I can stroke their ego, and then when I don't do that, when I'm critical, they kind of freak out. Yeah, the work has been going well so far. By far my favorite jobs so far, so... Let's see. Can I get a... There we go. And then we need to make this black again. So yeah, my goal before the newsletter comes out my goal is, first of all, to get the newsletter out by the 21st, and then my next goal is to have cleaned up versions of these rough drafts of the VTubers in the newsletter. So I just finished cleaning up Hime. Then I need to do Chris and Posey. I also wanted to get to Toodles. Toodles is our wild card graduated VTuber. I wanted to get to Toodles, but I didn't. Looking at the amount of days I have to clean these three up, I don't think I'm gonna get to Toodles for this newsletter. And I will have to include Toodles in the next newsletter, which is probably going to also include all the side characters. Toodles as the name for a graduated VTuber! Someone got it! Someone got it! I'm so glad! I'm so glad. One might say you got a great shooting start TM on Hime's design. Thank you. Shooting Start is the name of Hime's original song that actually needs to be written. But yes, Toodles is the name of the graduated VTuber. She is an Auguste clown. And as if anyone follows my Twitter, I was waxing poetic a bit on how great clowns are. I was originally like an ironic fan of VTubers. Hold on, just checking my text. So yeah, I'm just gonna go. Oh. It's just a picture of of my dog, never mind. Okay, I've been playing with some ideas for that song. If you can write the idol style, I would love to use it. But yeah, Toodles is gonna be an Auguste clown, and I originally liked clowns as a kind of an ironic thing, like most people, and now I actually really appreciate clowns, and I can't wait to work on Toodles' design. But for the sake of like making my newsletter the best it can be, I think cleaning up these designs first, instead of also including Toodles, is gonna be the better way to go. Now, the one thing is, like, I don't have time to also get these critiqued and tweaked before the newsletter comes out. Therefore, these are not going to be the final designs still. I know some people are like, oh, I just want the designs to be finalized so I can finally, like, make fan art. I hear you. I hear you. But it's better for me to make sure I got the best version of these designs before I put them in the hands of the community. Because yeah, it's gonna be tough. I feel more strong about Chris's design than when I started. I still don't feel like she has anything iconic about her though. So I'm gonna try and like find some sort of emblem or something interesting I can do with her, because I feel like she has a lot of design elements, but nothing too iconic. And then Posey, I still am not sold on the color palette. I want her to feel pastel, but the problem is Hime already has the pink and blue. So it's a little hard for me to have a different color palette for Hime versus Posey. So I still need to play with her color palette a lot. But yeah, other than that, I feel like I'm pretty happy with this as a gen. Green plus yellow will be nice, yeah. I'm thinking of going with green, especially because her hair is now orange. Her hair started as pink. She's like a pastel, but also a calico kitten. Yeah, so she used to be a pink-haired cat girl because I was kind of being inspired by the amount of pink-haired cat girls we have, like, in the VTuber space. But then I realized that Hime's purple and, was too close. Like, Hime's color palette and Posy's color palette were way too close together, and when you only have 3 girls in a gen, there's really no reason to repeat things. So I needed to change that. Green, maybe? Yeah. Surprised you don't have a magical girl VTuber? Just wait. Just wait for this one, okay? Yeah, just hold on. But yeah, I wanted to cover the 3. Toodles is a magical cloud. She's very magical. She's got like the Ronald McDonald magic. But I really wanted to cover my bases in VTuber aesthetics. I really wanted to like showcase the different aesthetics found in VTubing commonly. So I've got like the fantasy formal kind of mobile game look with this one. Then I've got the Bang Dream Idol techwear inspired look with this one. And then I'm trying to go with the cozy gamer for this one. Toodles can literally tap into the Toon Force. Has anyone watched Uncle Grandpa? I know that's like such a 3 or a 180 or like a 90-degree turn. I know that's like think of Uncle Grandpa. That is what I'm that's what I'm going for with Toodles. I am not. I saw commercials for it and died a little inside. So how do I even explain Uncle Grandpa? He's a helpful guy, but always in a funny and interesting way. And I find the show incredibly endearing. I'm sorry, like I know the commercials for it were annoying, so I don't think a lot of people like gave it a chance. And I would say it's kind of overstimulation central sometimes. However, Uncle Grandpa's heart is what I hope to capture with Toodles. I only remember Pizza Steve and the photorealistic tiger. Well, that's more than most people. I was forced to watch the Steven Universe crossover with Uncle Grandpa. Oh no, I have not watched that. I already felt like that was gonna be just too... Even for me, I don't cringe easily. I mean, when you're this cringe like I am, it's so hard. It's so hard to like find other things cringy. And yet I was like a little like, okay, you know what? I don't want to be negative about this, so I'm not gonna watch it. So I didn't watch it. I skipped that episode when we were watching Steven Universe. Yeah. Oh. Okay, well my iPad is saying it's time to stop. But I hope you enjoyed coloring Hime with me today. I will continue working on this off stream. We'll probably be back with this on Friday. Because I would like to make this deadline for my newsletter. I don't know if I can. You know, I will try to like have cleaned up versions of all of them, but it could be that some of the newsletter illustrations are messier than others. However, Like, to me, it's better to get something on paper for the newsletter than nothing, because I really wanted to... My goal was to have the rough drafts of the character designs done this month. And so, would be great to have them done so that when EG has time to look at them, not necessarily on stream, but just a kind of like, hey, friend to friend, hop in a voice call and help me with these designs. It would be nice to get some feedback from her. I'll probably post this in the Discord, and if you guys have any feedback for my designs, let me know. I will take Toodles out of the picture though, because Toodles does not have her costume on yet. I can't wait to get to Toodles' costume though. That's gonna be so much fun. It's just gonna have to be next month. Because I didn't expect to not only find 1 job, but 2 jobs this week, or this month. So, I think the nearest thing to Uncle Grandpa's Teen Titans Go... I felt like Teen Titans Go is a little more mean-spirited than Uncle Grandpa. The thing that I like about Uncle Grandpa, particularly, is that it's never mean-spirited. It's like wholesome randomness. In a way that wasn't very common. A lot of the, like, its contemporaries, regular show, even Steven Universe sometimes would get more mean-spirited with its random humor. Oh man, there was so many that I don't even remember, but there was this, like, problem solvers that was so mean-spirited, and it was so ugly. And I feel like, at least the beginning of Teen Titans Go, because that's all I've seen. I've only seen the beginnings of Teen Titans Go, so it could be different. But, it was more mean-spirited and, like, I don't know. Not thinking of her giving the designs for a live review. The thing is, Spidey, she's just really busy, and I don't want to pressure her into, like, moving her stream schedule. Yeah, I don't wanna make her move her stream schedule for my project, you know? So if she doesn't have time to stream it, that's totally fine. It would be great to do a live critique, but I also know that EG is a very, 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 busy streamer, so yeah. I remember Problem Solvers. That show was so gross. Where do you rank Adventure Time on the list of mean-spirited to good vibes? Name a season. Adventure Time started like a mixed bag of mean-spirited and good vibes. I feel like there was some moments that, like, Finn and Jake would be joking with each other, and then, you know, they would definitely be a little mean-spirited to each other, but generally wholesome. And then, like, by season 5, we went on a little trip into depression. Like, philosophical depression at times, and I would say it got a lot more mean-spirited, especially with, like, the lemon grab arcs. I was just like, oh my gosh, they went there? They went there? So often. So I yeah, like, lemon grab to lemon hope was an exploration into, like, yeah, totalitarianism and why people are evil and, like, all that stuff. When Lemon Grab really just started as the butt of a joke, and it was just him screaming, unacceptable, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, Adventure Time was so weird to hear about when I only saw season 1 stuff. I personally think peak Adventure Time is seasons 1 to 3. But I'm also very nostalgic for those seasons, because we had them on DVD and we were playing them in the car all the time for my younger siblings. So, you know. I mean, my dog is named Gunter. So, I might be a little bit of an Adventure Time fan, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna shut my iPod off before it shuts itself off. So, thank you guys for watching. I will, oh, if anyone is wondering how I, like, stream, I just get in a Discord call with myself. I have a separate Discord account for my iPad. It's just called Gunter Official. And then I have Yam. And then on my computer, I'm watching as Yam. On my iPad, I'm streaming as Gunter. And then I just use the screen share feature in the in a Discord server. And that's how I stream art. It's completely free, low latency. Oh, I saw an Ace Attorney point. Yes, yeah, that was a commission for Dahlia Grimm. Thank you, Yam, for streaming. Thank you for coming. Glad we were able to end on a little bit of a peppier note. I just really wanted to, like, touch base with what happened with Gura, because, like, oh my gosh. I didn't know if I would outlast Gura as a VTuber, but apparently I have, and that's kind of sad to me. Dahlia is a great name for an Ace Attorney art, yeah. Honestly. Oh, my cats are Marceline and Bonnabelle! We are also Adventure Time fans in my home. Wow, Nezuko, did you know that Gunter's older sister, who has unfortunately passed away, her name was Marceline. She was a corgi. And we called her Marcy for short. And we called her Marceline, the Corgi Queen, for long. And she was the best dog ever. Honestly, just such a sweetheart. So, I think naming my dogs Marcy and Gunter, you know, from Adventure Time, definitely brought a little extra light in my life. My older sister also has a snake named Shelby, like the worm who lives in Jake's viola. So we've definitely had our. Oh, and she has a lizard named Fiona, like the Ice King's fanfic version of Finn. Yeah. Yes, we call her Marceline the Kitty Queen. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for just chatting with me. And thanks again. You know what? Analyzing, kind of doing an autopsy of what happened to Gura made me realize I really have a great community. I'm so fortunate to be in, like, this perfect pocket of, like, big enough to chat with people, yet small enough to enjoy and not have to constantly moderate and constantly lose track of chat. Chat is just at the best, like, pace for me. And everyone in my community who has stuck with me post Bat-Brain year, post Burnout year, has been so awesome to me and so sweet. Everyone here is so sweet. I had a moment in my career where I almost quit because of bad actors, but right now, like, in my community, I have the sweet spot, like Paradox said, of, like, the perfect amount of people watching me. And yet everyone who watches me and everyone who participates in my stream when it's not in subscriber only mode, I'm so sorry. It's so sweet and so kind to me. I'm really happy with where the Bat Bunch is right now. So thank you so much, everyone. Like, thank you for allowing me to do this every week. Like, seriously, this is the best hobby I've ever had since learning to play the viola, honestly. So, you know, I really wish Gura the best. I really wish Senzawa the best. I don't think it was fair to her how her community went. Because it's really not her fault. She's just that rizful, you know? And I'm so glad that my dream didn't come true. I'm so glad I didn't make it to Hololive. I'm so glad that I kept going with what I was doing and that the right people found me eventually. Because, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys respect me really well. I don't have problems with anyone anymore. Like, seriously, I don't have problems. I barely have to moderate. Except for the... Aw, thank you for the gift sub. Except for the, you know, the buy followers bot. That's the only people I have to ban at this point. And I love being able to share what I'm working on with you guys. I love being able to go live scuffily and not feel bad. Oh my gosh, a hype train! Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Dungeon Slime. Thank you, Etitso, for the gifted subs. But yeah, I just love being able to... I love being able to share with my community what I'm working on. And it's amazing that people care about what I'm working on, because not everyone has the luxury of being like, hey, I made a thing, and there's a bunch of other people who are being like, oh, wow, like, can I help you with the thing you're making? Like, with my game community right now, everyone wants to help me with my game, and that's just, like, amazing. That's something I never expected to ever happen in my whole life, is just people being interested in what I want to create. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. I feel like I won the lottery even more than Gargura, in a sense, because having a good community is really hard to come across. As someone who's helped other VTubers manage their communities, it's really hard. It's really hard to have a good community, and it's not necessarily the VTubers' fault when they have a bad community, because I mean, the only thing I changed is to stop trying so hard, and it just naturally happened, you know? But yeah, my dog is crying at the door, my iPad's dead. Oh my gosh, more gift subs. Thank you, Anonymous, for the gift subs. Wow, you guys are amazing and awesome, and we get to do this again on Friday. We're gonna do more art and chat. I'm excited. Of course, like, take care of yourselves, guys. If we could learn anything from kind of how Hololive is going right now, is health is really important. Without health, you can't do anything you want to do. So please take care of yourselves. Don't give in to the pressure of, like, getting things done for the sake of your audience, you know? Yeah. It's a very good community you have. Very welcoming. I know I haven't really participated in a long time. Life happens. Life does happen. It's always fun to jump back in with you and your community. Thank you. And thank you for tuning in. I mean, I totally understand when you gotta drop off. You gotta drop off. It's all good. Like, I can't watch all my friends' streams all the time either. Doesn't mean I don't like them or don't support them, you know. But yeah, thank you, everyone, so much for the subs. I will use that money to take my boyfriend out to celebrate him being done with his finals. So thank you. Thank you for paying for our meal. I appreciate it. And I'll keep creating. I'll keep showing up for you guys as much as I can, which is once or twice a week, really. Yeah. You know, As much as we're gonna miss Gura, and I'm gonna miss Gura, yes, okay. Okay. Dog's gotta pee his pants, but I gotta get this. I gotta say this. It's the end of an era for Gura, but I believe there's no way in my mind that Gura's done creating for the rest of her life. She's not. She's not done creating for the rest of her life. I hope she takes a good amount of time to herself, but she's not going to be done. She's going to come back, and then there's going to be a whole nother era. Is it going to look like Gura? No. But does the person behind Gura have an amazing brain in which she will create things that we've never seen before? Yes. Yeah. Just don't stress yourself feeling like you owe it to show up and create. Take care of yourself. Yeah. The feeling of owing it to your friends or your fans, the moment you enter that, it's dangerous territory. I like creating and I like sharing it, and I just gotta say it's cool that people want to show up and help me create, you know? Nothing more than it. Nothing more to it than that. Okay, I'm gonna walk my dogs, gonna take a nap, and then I'm gonna work on my actual job. My job assignment. Okay, bud. Okay, bud. Yes. Bark, bark. Alright, let's raid out on Twitch, and then we'll say goodbye to YouTube. Yes, I know. We're gonna go for a walk. I know, bud. I know. Alright, let's see. Oh, quite a bit of people following our live. Let's see. Let's raid Athena from Mythos. Go say hi. Might be a familiar voice, actually, if you are very plugged into the VTuber sphere. This might be a familiar voice to you, so thank you so much for watching. Say Bat Bunch raid to Athena of Mythos, and as always, take care, Bat Bunch. And goodbye, YouTube. Bye-bye, everyone.